we pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past, present and emerging.
Everyone, and welcome to Before the Game. It's round 12 of the Swampwood Hotel River Murray Football League season, and I'm Shane Snell. We're live here from Johnston Park, home of the Imperial Football Club, for the big clash here, Imperials hosting Jervois. Before the Game is brought to you by Professionals Real Estate Murray Bridge, and we'd also like to acknowledge our major sponsor in the Swampwood Hotel. And welcome to the panel, Sprock Shincher, Cassie Breon and John Clusky. Now, if you just zoom in on John Clusky at the end there, that's Johnny sitting somewhere underneath that Professionals hat, ready to read his script. So, no, we believe he is caught in a bit of traffic. So we'll go on with the...
it can get pretty busy, mate.
Welcome. It is, yeah. He's caught at Morris Road and Adelaide Road intersection. No. He'll be here, hopefully, very, very shortly. Cassie,
Hello.
welcome.
Thank you very much for having me again, guys. Pleasure to be here.
Good to have you here, and you've got a pretty heavy schedule. You've got to shoot off. You've just been umpire, and you race up here to do this before the game, and then you're heading off to play.
Yes.
What's your side looking like today? Like, where is everyone on the ladder? Like,
Well, it's top versus bottom today.
right. So you guys are top.
I mean, like in spirit, absolutely.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're on the bottom. It's always a tough game.
You had a big win last week, though.
Oh, there's A-grade girls won
Yeah.
against Maipo. It was
First time in
like
10
a
years or
grand
something.
final.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually like there were tears,
Yeah.
like actual real tears, because we just you just fight so hard. So
yeah.
girls had a
Unreal.
great game. So it was very, very special, which is very cool. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Sprocky yourself, going all right, mate?
Yeah, it's real good, thanks, Shane. Yes,
So you haven't booked any more cruises, overseas trips, or
No.
WA, or no? You've had a big year.
I've had a huge year, and it's all come to an end. So six more months of just going back to work and trying to work out where I'll go to next.
Just going to start calling you Sprock Hood.
yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave the jokes. All right, we'll go on with the RMFL TV Awards. Cassie, can you read them out from last week?
Yes, would love to. Thank you. So, first got Player of the Day, which is from Farm Fresh Market. Brodie Carroll from Imps took that out. Today's award is provided by Smiley Car Wash. Dutton's Goal of the Day went to Jack Penfold from Imps. The McHugh's Bakery Mark of the Day went to Sean Samblich from Imps. The Elders Rising Star went to Blake Langton from Imperials. The Murray Sales Defender of the Day went to Jack McKay, also from Imps. And the Anytime Fitness Incentive Award went to Henry Turner from the Cats.
Plenty of barracking here out in the reserves, and currently Imps and Jervois 1 goal, 1 apiece. So game on here. Sprocker, over to you for the sponsors.
Yeah, sponsors, thanks to our major sponsors around the place, especially Swampwood Hotel, but RMFL TV Scoreboard, brought to you by Murray Valley Standard, the Coin Toss and Jimmy's Joke. Be interesting to listen to that today, Jimmy. Crowie's Paints, quarter time, half time, 3/4 time breaks from Drendel Concrete. Special comments from provided by Earth Movers. Matt's Quiz, which is always a great format in this particular part. The Ruck and Rover podcast. Chili Chandler and Harry Mansell, a couple of great lads there. And the major sponsor, as I said before, is Swampwood Hotel.
And the slides for each award. Let's get on to that, and I'll kick it off in the absence of JK. So we'll go to the Dutton's leading goal kickers. In the league is Daniel Menzel from the Cats leading on 40. Johnny Boris, Imps 32. Jack Lewis from Ramblers 31. Benny Hansen from the Bloods on 31 as well. In the reserves, Josh Inoy and Ray Love, both from the Bloods on 31. James Lawson from the Cats 29. Simon Newchurch from the Eagles on 24. Under 18s, Jackson Denver from the Roos on 35, and Brock Pedler from the Eagles on 25. In the under 15s, Dominic Groves from the Bloods on 40, Bryce Reed from the Bloods also on 40, so Both the Bloods guys going pretty well in the under-15s. And the under-13s, Archie Nichols from the Suns on 29. And we've got a Sea Island from Ramblers on 22. So we'll quickly throw onto the Dacia Irrigation Fighter Player of the Year to you, Cassie.
Okay, so Manham v Tailem Bend. We had three minute from Manham, and we had 2 for Chad Reschke from Manham, 1 for Jake Wiedemann from Tailem Bend. Mallee Districts versus Southern Mallee Suns. 3 went to Shannon Jones from the Suns. 2 went to Josh Smithson from the Suns. 1 went to Matt Brown from Storm. Hello, darling. And we from Jervois versus. Oh no! Well, you've just thrown me off.
You're supposed to be
You've
doing
thrown me
this,
off, Uncle John. You've just come to the presence and just making me flustered here. So I'm going to start that again. Jervois v Marpolonga. 3 went to Josh Scott from the Bloods. 2 went to Abraham Naima from Bloods, and Lockie Thomas took out 1 also from the Bloods. Coorong Cats versus Imps. 3 went to Brody Carroll from Imps. 2 went to Jack McKay from Imps, and 1 to Dan Menzel from the Cats. So the leaders are looking 19 to Josh Scott, 12 is Josh Smithson, 10 Reed Culler and Lockie Thomas.
Well done, Cassie, and under a bit of duress there, because a bit of pressure, because I see Johnny's just made the panel. Good on you, Johnny.
Not the first time I've taken the wrong route in my life, Shane. And, I took the wrong one today, mate. I'm sorry.
Lucky we were probably off
That's
camera
all
then when you slapped that kiss on Cassie's cheek,
She's
because
family, she's
Okay,
family.
yeah.
I was a bit concerned
We go
about
way back.
the amount of tongue I saw hanging out there. So,
Where are we at?
and,
Page 7?
yeah. So we'll throw over the Chemist King Club of the Year, Sprock.
Yeah, Jervois leading the way, having a very good club season. They're on 74 points. The Coorong Cats, even minus their under-18s, are doing really, really well in the other grades. 57, Manham 56, Imps 52, so it's all very close at the top. Southern Mallee 47, Tailem 45, Ramblers 42, Marpolonga 27, and Mallee Storm on 20.
Well done, and JK just in time
Oh,
to read the
wow.
ladder.
Coorong Cats, this is pretty impressive. Coorong Cats on 18, Jervois on 18, Imperials on 14, Southern Mallee on 10, Manham are on 10, Tailem 8, Ramblers 6, Marpolonga on 4, and Mallee Districts 0 points at this stage.
After that big effort, John, the time for you to have a rest, because we'll throw to an interview between the Imperial and Jervois presidents. It's Zane Barry and Jack Daniels. Here it is. And with me we've got 2 presidents of the respective clubs playing here today, Jervois and Imperials. From Jervois got Zane Barry. Welcome along, Zane.
Thanks for having me.
And Jack Daniels from the Double Blues.
Oh yes, Nelly, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Both you guys in your 3rd terms as presidents. And over to you, Zane, first. Does it get any easier in the 3rd year?
Well, I wouldn't say easier. You just sort of come accustomed to what you got to gut, what you have to do. And I guess for me, when I took over, we sort of had a whole committee change, so we sort of grew together, and yeah, we can sort of bounce off each other, so it works for us.
So from that first committee, is that still a lot of them with
Yeah.
you? Yeah. So
Yeah.
they sort of wrote it through you with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about yourself, Jack?
Oh, loving it, Shane. Loving it.
I can tell by the text message you asked me to put in for it.
No, mate, I've enjoyed it. Same with Zane. 3 years. It does feel like a long time. There's plenty of hours that we do, but I guess at the end of the day, you just enjoy doing what you do, spending time with the club, looking after your juniors, bringing them through, and obviously the supporter base as well, and getting things running smoothly at the club, which I love doing.
Basically, you guys are CEOs. That's what you are.
Yeah,
Pretty
well,
much.
I look at it
Pretty
as
much.
running a business. So I think
Yeah.
that's something that I've said at a couple of the AGMs. You've got to watch your dollars. You've got to have the right people in the right places. The processes have got to be right. So yeah, you're probably right, Stanley. Exactly
So,
right.
Zane, family support, partner support, how important is that?
Yeah, it's awesome. Obviously, it's a bit different for me because all of my family's up in the Northern Territory, but they're only a phone call away for anything I need. Dylan's obviously, he's not playing this year, but he's been down most of the last few years, and then I live with Imps, so yeah, Johnny Deemshell, he's obviously done 10 years as the netball president for Imps. He's been someone that's been pretty good to be able to talk to about a few things, and then Ems is funny. She supports me for what I do and all the hours I put in, but at the same time, she's just like, what are you doing? This is what retired men supposed to be doing.
Oh, yeah, old man's job.
Yeah.
True, it comes
But-
at a price, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does put a little bit of strain on the relationship, but strong relationships get through it, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. But
yeah.
nah, it's good.
Ali?
Yeah, we have our moments. She's tied up with the netball club. She's treasurer of the netball club. She's also treasurer of the association as well. She's in her second year, so we don't really see too much of each other, to be honest. Like this week, I had a meeting on Tuesday. Ali had a meeting on Wednesday. I had footy here on Thursday night, and I think we said hello at about 8 o'clock last night when we sat on the lounge. So yeah, but her support's been really good.
On-field Zane, the club's pretty well flying at the minute. They're way out in front in the Lowell Parker or the Chemist King Club or Champion Club Award. That sort of whole club success, what does it really mean to you?
Yeah, no, it means a lot actually. I mean, we won it in 2020, but I look at 2020, it was like sort of we had a few of the Mallee teams come to us and sort of filled all those spots that you go begging for in the other years. So this year, for me especially being the president of this one, if we can hold on to it and walk away with it at the end of the year, that would be awesome. And like the likes of Mitch Noy and Scott Crouches that have done a lot of work for the junior programs, getting the kids involved and just showing the love of the game again for our juniors is just been evident of how the club's going at the moment. So very, very proud of it.
You're in a pretty strong position. I think you've still got a bye to go, have you?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you've got a pretty strong lead, so yeah, looking in a good spot to grab that
Absolutely.
one. Jack, last week, good win on field with the league side, topping the Kieran Cats.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game. It's something that we've probably been striving to do from the start of the year. We've obviously penciled in the Cats as the barometer. Actually, it was a bloody good win, to be honest, mate. It's given everybody a bit of belief now, I think. But I don't think it's just us. It's the league, I think. I was talking to Benny Milne on Sunday at the Swamport Hotel, and he said when the Imps knocked off the Cats, there's a big cheer. I've never heard Jervois barrack for Imps before in my life, but
Probably the last time you hear it.
but I think it just gives everybody a bit of belief. It was a great win.
Good stuff. Bit going on, and I'll talk about it before the game, a bit of infrastructure improvements all around the league. And so what do you got in the pipeline, Jack?
We've had a fair bit in the pipeline in the last 2 or 3 years. We've spent a lot of time and money on infrastructure here. Obviously, we put our barbecue shed a couple of years ago. This year we've done the nets with obviously some good help with you, Shane, spending a lot of time putting them up for us, which is great. We've done a few little jobs around the coaches' boxes with some shelters for the trainers, which they've been crying out for a few years. So, and it's probably timely that we put out a shout out to all of our True Blue members last night over there at the digital. We're putting a digital scoreboard, or aiming to put a digital scoreboard there next year. We've asked our members to dig in deep into their pockets, and I think now we've probably got $4.5
$4,000,
$4 grand,
like
and
that,
it really hasn't been out there for more than 24 hours. So there's always something to do, Shane, and I guess you're in the same fold as well. You're always trying to improve your facilities.
Yeah.
You'd have a couple of things in the fire.
Yeah, I mean, there's always conversations of things happening, and like you see, a lot of the clubs are doing their lighting upgrades. And last year we struggled with light and the power supply. We had a fire to our supply, so we were running off the generator for 6 months of the season last year. So that's definitely one thing. But we've got our 100th year next year, so we didn't really want to do too much to affect just the celebration of that. So, but the back, like all the work behind the scenes is starting to get in the works of maybe even getting a redevelopment of our whole club rooms. So, which would be the ideal situation for us.
Like Imps, you guys have got aging club rooms as well, and there's always something to fix. And we had to run a new sub main the other day. There's always a window that needs replacing. It's just ongoing.
Yeah, we serviced our air conditioning the other week, and that's been up since, I don't know, how long's that been there for? 20 years?
Oh,
so
30.
we're probably up for another.
It's another thing that's the joy of the job, isn't it?
Oh, mate, there's always something, but that's what you do though. If you don't do it, it doesn't get done. So it's just part and parcel.
Just another one. If there's something in the RMFL you'd like to see changed, Zane, what would it be?
I reckon Jackie might agree with this. It's just, I don't know, when I sort of come up through the juniors and seniors and stuff, like just the community morale of country footy, of just going back into the club rooms, having a drink, getting around each other and just supporting each other's clubs. I think the last few years has probably sort of stepped away. People I know have busy lives and the cost of livings and things, but I think spending half an hour out of your time to go and talk, mingle with other clubs, I think it's important, and I'd love to see the more and more people coming back into the club rooms.
Yeah, it has dropped off, and I definitely spoke with Adam about it at the Cats last week about exactly that, just trying to get back into the club rooms afterwards. Like Zane said, even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes, just show your face, have a beer, even if you stay around for the prezos and then head off, because we understand there's a lot of travel now, but you just, it's an extra half an hour, 3/4 an hour. I don't think it's that hard. And the only other thing I'd probably look at just off the top of my head is the juniors. Juniors is an issue. There's clubs without under 18s, and they seem to be struggling for numbers. So I think there needs to be something done. We've got a meeting on Tuesday night, the delegates meeting, and I'm sure that the numbers issue is going to come up, because it's our life. It's our lifeline, I guess, and we need our juniors, because if we don't have our juniors, we haven't got a club. So that needs to be addressed.
Good one. All right. Well, look, guys, thanks for your time. It's a busy day, especially your home president, but obviously you, Zane, with the 18s and running the club, and then you're playing later on to do. So, yeah, hats off to you for being able to put your hand in all those fires. So thanks for your help, for you coming along, not your help, but you for coming along and sharing your moments with us. And
Beautiful.
We'll go back to you guys on the panel.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, and that was Zane and Jack, and they had a pretty good discussion, and they're pretty much on the same page, those two, with issues and that they're dealing with. But they've done a pretty good job, both those presidents, in their 3 years. They're in their third year each. Running a footy club, and like I said, it's like a CEO's position. It's not an easy job. You've done it, I've done it.
Yeah, we're proud of our boys, Zane and our group. Imps, to their credit, Shane, with their Lower Parker for many, many years, and I'm so proud that Jerboys is up there leading.
Change the
way.
name, the Imperial Cup, so you might get a chance to win it this year.
Fair enough.
You're way in front.
Anything's possible. We got bitumen here, so anything's possible.
All right. Just shout out to Hoodie. He's got a bit of a personal leave day to day.
Was it planned, or was it just because he can't get over last week's
I think
loss?
I think maybe he might have been licking his wounds.
He went to Specsavers.
He was.
He had his Curon Cat's glasses on last week, and he's gone to Specsavers to get some new ones.
Thanks for that text. That was a good one. Anyway, so shout out to you, Hoodie. You're up in the mid-north watching the future son-in-law run around and catching up with the in-laws. All right, or not family, sorry, not in-laws, family. All right, what needs fixing? JK. Oh, no, sorry. I've jumped ahead, sorry. We've got a slide here. Technology's with us, 89.9 on your dial, FM. Here, if you're in Johnston Park, you should be able to pick up live commentary today, direct to your radio, no delay, like in live stream, you're straight onto the job. So, yeah, myself, Hoodie, Joshy Noy, and JK calling the game later on at 2:30. All right. New segment, what needs fixing? JK, over to you.
Bit of thought, hopefully gets put into Shane getting in and out of Adelaide. I think the way Murray Bridge is growing, they've got 40,000 houses going up the back end of the race course. Mount Barker, not the road from us, growing so rapidly. We need better transport or solutions going in and out of Adelaide, Shane.
Good one, John. Sprocker.
Look, you just threw this at us, Shane. I'm looking out over the fence here, and they've beautified all the top end of Adelaide Road. Let's just tidy up the mallee scrub that's out other side of Johnston Park here. That would be a great thing, wouldn't it? Just trim it all out, put some nice grass down there, make this place look a beautiful place to come and play footy at, John.
Stage 5 it is for the linear path.
They've already got bitumen, Kaz. Us poor buggers out at Jerboys, the council don't look after us and all that sort of stuff, and here these two. Unbelievable.
Follow the yellow brick road, mate.
That's Murray Bridge Council land. That's
Cassie, what do you got?
Well, I also was thrown here a bit, Shane, but I thought two things. First thing, I know it's getting fixed, but the escalator in Murray Bridge Mall, purely for the people of Murray Bridge Facebook page, apparently they're all spewing that it's still not working. Poor little darlings, but I heard it's getting fixed.
Bad on the ice cream machine at Macca's.
Yes.
It goes go to town on that.
The
don't
one
they?
time you actually want to go because you think, oh, let's like splurge a bit. It's never good. Never good to go.
All right, I got one. The health system, really hard to get into a doctor. Not for me. I got my own little private medico that I can flick him a text and sort things out. But he looks after
Great,
me.
mate.
But people, my wife went to the doctor the other day and she sat there for 2.5 hours in the duty doctor. They'd forgotten her. So she went up to the desk and, oh, sorry. Probably one of those human
She's not real
oversight
tall,
things.
Captain.
But, sorry?
She's not real tall.
No.
She didn't get mixed up in the crowd. But 2.5 hours is a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I mean, there's a sign there supposed to go and speak to them if you haven't been.
But it's about,
Been doing
it's about
45
6
minutes.
weeks before you can actually get in to see your own doctor.
And that's well, that's right. And then sometimes I know our diary doesn't go out that far yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a problem. All right, the scores here at the moment was 2-2 apiece at quarter time. What do we got now? Jerboys have got 3-2, leading Imps 2-4. Professionals Murray Bridge once again are our sponsors here for before the game. We thank David and Karen Clark there. All right, let's go through the Facebook pages and kicking off the Coorong Cats. You, Cassie.
Yes, I've got the strategic planning sessions at Canalpin.
Good one.
I'll
I'll do.
lost last week.
Well, maybe that's why they're at the top of the list here, actually. Yeah.
I'll do the Imps
Yep.
one. So Imps, and I'm sort of a bit of a ringleader on this project. We want to go to a digital scoreboard. So infrastructure, we do talk about a bit further down the track as it's a topic here later on this morning. But yeah, so Imps, we're looking to go digital there, and there's a few options we're exploring, and we're hitting up some members if you've got a spare $250 for a membership, and it's been quite successful. We've already got about 5 or 6 grand in the kitty just from announcing it last night. So if you can, come and contact me or a committee person, we'll go there. Over to you, JK, for Jerboys.
This bloke would have got in touch with them. Joshy Noy, he would have got in touch with whoever needed to be, because he's on the front cover of the SA Footballer magazine. So he would have promoted himself. He's a beautiful, beautiful specimen, and no, he's a beautiful boy, a good club man, good father, and a lovely lad. So we'll work with him a bit later on, Captain. But congratulations, Joshy, 200 games.
Sprocker.
The Mallee's District Storm are sponsoring the Mallee Muster at the Wainaka coming up shortly.
Good one. Cass.
Yep, at Madam, the opening of the lights on Thursday night, which is very, very exciting for the Roos. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic thing that's happened out there. So good on them for getting some new gear out there to make life a lot easier.
Well done. MyPo, JK.
Well, they've got the FB MyPo sponsors day at Tigerland. So FB,
Facebook.
Facebook MyPo, okay. I know Brother Mick's out there putting a little extension on the so-called caravan with a little barbecue area and steps, and there's a little bit of a project he's got going out there. So Facebook MyPo sponsors day at Tigerland.
Sprocker.
The Ann Ramblers are getting the nets behind the goal, Shane, which is a well-needed thing down that bottom end there, isn't it?
Certainly is, and at both ends actually they're going
Yep.
for, and
We need them.
they've won themselves.
Desperately need them.
Yeah.
We'll talk about infrastructure in a minute. Southern Mallee Suns, huge milestone for Matt Ridgway, 350 games, and that's obviously with his Lamoureux games as well. So congratulations to him. Hope he has a good day out there.
Yep.
Tail and Bend, over to you, Cass.
Yeah, so the rivals across the river have their Christmas in July. Bingo being called by Chili, the man of the hour, and Chell. So that should be.
Can you imagine
look
that?
out. Oh,
Yes.
it'll be
Have
a-
they got something to stand on? He won't see over the area he has to call it from.
And while you're on a roll, Cash, you might as well round up the RMFL.
Yeah, RMFL, the zone squad players were announced, which is always very
Excellent.
exciting to see who got picked.
All right, I just wanted this little talking topic, we'll just spend a minute on it. Infrastructure. So I read during the week, Barossa and Gawler League, I think it's Neary, have just picked up another 230 to 40,000 for lights. That league has just had so much money sunk into it. Now, whether it's political or whether they've got the people doing the right thing, they're on the front foot and they've got really good grant writers up there, which they must have. But that's amazing. But it made me sort of think, okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing locally? So then, we've done a bit here. We've done some nets just recently. We're working on a scoreboard. We just saw Ramblers are doing nets. We saw Manama just got new lights. Obviously, the Imperial Netball Club over done a fantastic job. They're about to go into a big new, completely refurb court precinct with you name it that's there. So that's up and running. Mypalonga, they had nearly $1 million grant out there, I reckon it was, for netball refurb, netball lights, football lights at 300 lux, and then it's change rooms and all sorts going on there. But just see announced that Meningie Footy Club are looking to go into a community centre, $9 million, a new club room that'll occupy golf, golf footy, so between the golf club and the footy club. So exciting times there. Obviously, there's netball, all the other community sports that, and the Meningie really haven't got a place where they can have a function for 300 people. So yeah, and another one to Meningie, they're just commissioning tomorrow a new digital scoreboard. Talking Adam Hill there, so they're firing that up tomorrow, so that'll be interesting as well. So
Smiley car wash, I suppose, digital digital scoreboard, I
well,
suppose.
you never
Shane.
know.
He's like salt and pepper, he's into everything, Woody.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, I don't know if you guys wanted to sort of touch anything on that. I mean, I know you said Jervois with the nets is probably
We're a mile
long
behind.
overdue down that
Yeah,
down
we're
that bottom
a
end
mile
there.
behind, and we've had a few discussions behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And we've got to fast track things because we're getting left behind, and yeah. So
Now Zane, you probably missed it. Zane did say earlier, look, next year's 100 years, so that's going to be take all your effort and
Yes.
focus.
Yes.
So it's going to be pretty hard to
yes,
beat us, and I get that because
Yes.
there's only so many people can do jobs. So
might generate some more membership.
well, you never
and,
know. It might be the year to actually pass a hat around and
Yep.
say, okay, what can we do to really build the place up? So,
Yeah.
Hopefully our netball club rooms, that will be happening too
Yes,
in the near
that's the
future
other one I
too. So
forgot.
Yes, yes.
that's
that was
been
on
a
the list.
lot of
Play
lot
your
of,
way, and
Yep.
that's
lots
yeah,
of
and that
grants,
was-
lots of hard work being put in place. So it's
Yeah.
hats off to everyone who's
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
involved because
Fantastic.
it's
No.
not something that happens overnight. And yeah, people have been very, very patient. So it's been
absolutely.
looking forward to that happening actually.
No.
Yeah, well picked up, Cass.
Yeah, we are a real city now. We're not a small little country town anymore, and I think we deserve these
course.
inclusions into our area to make things up to speed with everyone else. There's-
Yeah.
So we might be able to attract an AFL game in the future and that sort of thing.
The problem we've got with the rural city, and we're all part of it, is that sporting precincts aren't their priority. And no disrespect to the councillors, they're not their priority. You get a little bit of change, it might, you're going on about the Richmond. That was a bit left over in a budget at the end of the year. It wasn't part of our focus. Their focus is the river, and when you've got so much stretch of river, you're trying to make it recreation.
Yeah.
Not many other towns have got, unless you're on the river, have you got so much public infrastructure to try and upgrade, and they're way behind the eight ball. So their focus is there. They spend millions down there. The millions, but you can't get a cent. But anyway, moving on.
Keep working at it.
Keep working at it. Ruck and Rover podcast, Greasy Pierce, part 5. It's more like a series of friends. I don't know how many different sessions of
At
Greasy.
least we've got a singer on this week.
Yeah, how long are you going on it?
Well, no, I have been called up to help put their new system together
Oh.
because they're still using like phones and microphones and things. So they've got a nice desk and everything. So that's a school holiday job. So
They're progressing.
yeah, I might get a little sneaky, probably won't, sneaky feature, but I got not much to say really. So
We better press on because you've got to get to netball, Cass. So this
Yeah.
week's games, we'll quickly do a cap of my Palonga. See, don't forget this week too, big round. 2 versus 3, 4 versus 5, 6 versus 7, and 8 versus 9.
Wow.
Believe that, eh?
okay.
There'll be some interesting scores coming through later on. Maipo Mallee District Sprite.
Yeah, Maipo is still hamstrung with a lot of injuries, aren't they? And Mallee Districts might have a chance to get out there and have a win today, mightn't they?
They might. Cass, give us a netball prediction.
Ooh, yeah. So well, I must admit, the poor Maipo girls coming off their loss from
To who?
To Jervois last
Yeah,
week.
right, okay.
Might be a little bit down in the dumps, but they usually come back pretty hard. But I think the Storm girls will take it out today.
Footy,
they're
John?
very strong.
Maipo promoting a lot of their kids, and that's a great sign. I hope they get up for the kids' sake at Maipo in front of the home crowd. They're playing at home, so I'll go Maipo.
Maipo for me. Under the Suns, Johnny versus Manham. Down at Pinaroo, by the way.
Yeah, they'll be too good. The Roos were much better last week with young Chad's Reski
Chad
kicking some
Reski,
goals.
yeah,
on
6
his
goals.
num-
I think Taylor at home might get the chocolates done, even though they got a few injuries at the moment too. But Ramblers had a great win last week, so
Netball, Cass.
Netball, yeah. I see another. This is interesting. I got a best mate who plays in Talon Ben, so I would love to see the Talon girls come over the line for the win. So I'm going to say go the Eagle girls today.
Eagles.
And just going back one, did we say Maddie Ridgway plays 350
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
Shane? So that's an outstanding effort. Taylor and Ramblers, gee whiz, Sprocker, they'll agree with you. They're a bit like Manham. I don't know which one's going to turn up. And
No.
Taylor very, very good one week, and yeah, they go missing the next. So it's at Taylor. I'll keep going for home grounds, except the later on tip.
yeah.
I'm going to tip Ramblers. A big in today. Lockie Butler,
Oh, good on him.
Okay.
playing for Ramblers. So
Left footer.
yeah.
Gee, must have just-
And my favourite medico tells me that we're up and about, and so I'll take his word for it. So I'm tipping the Reds, but it'd be like you say, Tane and Ben would be disappointed with their consistency. So but I thought they would have won last week, but we'll see what happens. See who turns up this week. And the big game here, starting off with you, Johnny. The umpires are Brian Seidel, Jared Walshlugger, and Michaela Stimpson. What's your thoughts?
Well, I loved the game last week. I watched every minute of you boys squirming in your chairs, Captain, trying to not get too excited, and Hoodie didn't know what to do, and it was very entertaining. Look, can the Blues bring 4 quarters together? They had to last week. Can they do it 2 weeks in a row? I'm very, very happy where our boys are at. We're playing with a lot of confidence. I'm really, really excited. I haven't been excited about a game of footy for a long time, Shane. I've rang you, I've annoyed Hoodie, I've rang you during the week and kept thinking this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, here's Saturday. I'll go for us,
Just a surprise one. No, Mackenzie Hansen.
Yeah, just having a little bit of issues with his hammy. So
Yeah, okay.
everybody's got next week off. So
Yep.
we're just looking at the
Yep.
the bigger picture. But some good inclusions in.
Yep.
There's enough depth there, and they're in good form. Our boys are hungry for today. Just to see how they go.
Yeah.
They'll be up for it. Let's go for a netball Imps Jervois Cass.
Yeah, this will be another tough game. There's some really strong girls in the Imp side, so I would love our Jervois girls to come back for another big upset game today, but I do think that, Imps girls are just a well-oiled machine, so they will be hard to beat today.
Sprocker.
Yeah, well, everyone thought Kieran Cats were 10 goals better off than everyone else, but Imps brought the pressure last week, Johnny, didn't
yeah,
they?
fantastic.
They smashed them in the
Yep.
contest, and
Yep.
there's a little old rough diamond out there called Nathan Daish, and he did a great job on Brody Martin last
Yeah,
week. He'll
yeah.
go to someone today,
Yep.
whether it be Benny Hansen or
Yep.
Tate Silverlock or someone like that,
Yep.
and if you can nullify one of their good movers, like Nathan Ken, Imps might just have enough on the outside to get the job done today, I think. So,
We got Boris one end and Shredder the other end. And,
Yeah, it's gonna
Scott
be-
and Michelle probably in the middle for a while.
it'll be,
and,
it'll be a good shootout all over the ground,
look,
won't it?
You have a look at all
Yeah.
the matchups. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, very
Really
much so.
excited last week with the performance of Blake Langton. You probably did a bit of rucking duties as well with Scott.
Yeah.
I mean, hardly looks like a match-up, but effort all around the ground, and he ran the game out. He really impressed me last week, Blake Langton, for a young guy, and he really brought the effort. So the challenge is on his shoulders to repeat.
Carroll
that.
boys were good last week.
Oh,
Shane.
they were brilliant.
That's
I mean, look, I went in the change rooms after the game, and they had the magnets over one side. There was about 8 players who they're trying to pick for the best players. And I said, well, look at the other 13.
Yeah.
And I said, there wasn't a passenger. So that's what you need. You need all in, all buy-in to win.
Exactly
And that's
right.
what the team today, whoever wins, will be the team that there's 21 players kick in and do their bit. So I'm looking forward to a good match. Obviously, I hope the boys win, but we'll wait and see what happens. All right, next week is the SA Country Champs, so we have a week off, and round 13 is a live stream match. A game of the round. It's another blockbuster, 3 in a row. It's Jervois at home to the Kieran Cats.
You imagine if Jervois get up today, Captain.
Well, that's right.
You just imagine.
Well, yeah,
or Imps.
You'll have 2 points on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the Blues get up, well, they're right up there too. So I'll tell you
That's
what,
right.
I'm rapt that Blues did it last week. It's opened up a little can of worms, Sprocker, a little doubt. And
Yep.
yeah, it's very, very tough at the top, but it's going to be exciting for us, Shane.
Great day of footy coming ahead, and don't forget live stream 2:30 right here on RMFL TV. Time for Papa's quiz. I've changed it. It's not Matt's quiz. It's
Oh, no,
Papa's
Kat.
quiz.
I know, I always get very scared about this part.
This is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to really
It's fun for him.
test your buzzers. Sprock,
Sprock!
Cass,
Cass,
JK.
JK.
You
All
won't hear it
right.
very often, but I'm here.
Okay, let's get into it. Question 1. Prior to last weekend, who was the last team to beat the Kieran Cats?
Cass,
Cass.
my Palonga.
Yes. Well
Yeah, so here we go.
done. Cass.
How'd you know that?
I'm an underdog. I did some research.
That's 1 point. That was the elimination final at MyPo. Defeated Pats 11-10-76 to 4-4-28.
What did you know the score?
All right. Question
just thought
2.
that
Who
one
is the
was
current coach of the Adelaide Thunderbirds netball team?
Oh, I should know that.
JK. It's not
JK.
Oates, is it?
No.
Oh no.
Close. You got three of those letters.
Is she a
are right.
local girl?
No.
No.
Is it no. Oh my gosh. Oh my current. The kids are going to hate me.
Come on, Cash, you're the netball.
I know, I haven't been
pass.
bowling very well this year too. I've been very poor
Half-time
supporter.
2-6 to 4-2. We'll move on. The answer to
Google
that is Tanya Obbs.
I was going to say it was Tanya, but I forgot her last
That's what I
name.
was thinking of.
So it's Tanya, but I can't,
that's a
remember,
local name.
I
can't
was
remember
trying
her
to say
last name.
Hobbs.
Question 3.
Yeah.
What year did RMFL TV first commence live streaming?
Sprock,
Sprocker?
2019.
Correct.
Well done.
The first trial was a cricket grand final here at Johnston Park, believe it or not. We didn't muck around plugging everything in one of the coaches' boxes. Okay, question 4. RMFL TV sponsors Red Arc have provided us with critical infrastructure to enable us to live stream off-grid. Who founded Red Arc?
JK, I know one of them, Dennis Breon.
Yeah.
And his son-in-law. Will that nearly get me?
Anthony Kittle.
Will it get me across the line?
Dennis
I was gonna say-
Breon.
I was going to say Anthony
And
Kittle.
I had it set.
Yeah.
I had this geared towards you, Cass.
I get a bit
Okay,
panicky.
JK, you get one.
Thank you.
Well, do you remember?
Thank you, Dennis.
Remember back in the day, Dennis actually calling the football.
And Rod Hargey.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And Rod Hargey.
DJ Dennis and Radio Rod, we
Sitting
call
on
it.
top of the grandstand over there in their little box they had made up.
Yeah, over the scoreboard. Anyway, moving on. Question 5. What year was Crows then coach Phil Walsh tragically murdered?
Sprock,
Sprock?
2015.
Correct.
10
Yeah,
years
I was
ago.
going to say 10 years this week,
10
wasn't
years
it?
this year. Sprock on
so
2.
sad.
JK 1. Cassie 1. 6. Who was the captain of the RMFL League side against the Hills Football League last?
JK.
JK.
Josh Scott.
Correct, JK.
Scotter, he's a legend.
Question 7. Who is currently leading the AFL Coleman medal?
Sprock,
Sprock.
Jeremy Cameron.
Jeremy Cameron, correct. Sprock on 3. JK 2. Cassie on 1. 8. In what year did the Port Adelaide Football Club enter the Australian Football League?
Sprock, 97.
Correct. Sprocker on 4. JK 2. Cassie 1. Question 9. Prior to merging with the Border Downs in 1993, what colours were Tintinara?
JK. Crows colours.
No.
Oh, Tintinara.
Tintinara.
Oh.
So
Prior
not
to 93.
BDT.
No, prior to 93. Tintinara, because Tintinara merged with Canalpin, remember?
Were they the Saints?
No.
No.
All the clues are with you. They, Cassie,
Red, black and...
they were very, no, they were very similar to Carlton.
Oh, navy white.
Yeah, well done, Cass.
Cassie,
Yeah,
navy
you
white.
got it. Navy and white. So 2 to Cass, 2 to JK, 1 to Sprocker.
I thought I had 4.
No, Sprocker's got
4
plenty.
to, 4 to Sprock, sorry.
Sprocker's mile in front.
Sorry, Sprock. But it's down to the last question, and it's a 5-pointer.
Oh,
Here we go. Here we go.
All right,
Let's go.
this is our doozy. Who am I? I do not breathe and have no heartbeat, but represent the local community as a monument. I'm 2 metres tall, was built by Adelaide artist Andrew Stott and unveiled in 1997.
JK.
Yes?
The Bunyip.
No. I'm located in my town's local main street on the railway lawns area. Tiles were added to my structure base by 2 local schools. I'm a key figure representing local agriculture, which our district hosts an annual farm fair.
Come on, you two.
Something at Kareem.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
it's something at Corinda, isn't it?
Corinda Fair.
It's like,
you,
is it a
Cass.
person?
So-
Is it a person or is it a thing?
Sprock,
It's a thing.
is a merino sheep.
I was going to say, is
Ram?
it the big
It's a
ram?
merino ram?
It's the ram.
The big ram.
Big ram.
I didn't know
So
they had
where's the
one.
wording?
Oh,
Technicality.
Sprocker, look,
Sorry.
the quiz is the
Bunyip.
winner. I'm not going to declare
Bunyip.
a winner.
Fair dinkum.
The
is
last
team
clue
member.
was, as a
I'll give you
cryptic
some
clue,
points.
RMFL TV has taken a Dutton's vehicle by my name to tow the media trailer being made by Dodge, the big ram at Peru.
Big ram,
Big
of
ram.
course,
So-
yes.
Good one, Shane.
So we'll give you a point each. That means you, Sprock, win.
Ooh, good game.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
No surprise.
Quiz was the winner.
No surprise.
All right, thanks everyone who's helped out today. Mary Lou, Jimmy, Denise, Harry, Sophie, and little, what's your name?
Sophie today.
Who?
No Sophie today. Patrick.
Patrick, of course, Patrick. Very sorry about that. Thanks to you guys for coming along before the game. Go off and win your netball there, Cass.
Thank you.
And have a good time. And that's it for now. See you back here 2:30 for the live stream.